Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. When I started in print-on-demand, I needed to build some momentum. I think everybody has to do that. So when it's not only in the beginning, I think it's all the time. But let's just say you're just starting with print-on-demand. I only started in November 2020, so I don't have years of experience, but I very quickly gained momentum. And I did that by focusing on a few niches. I focused, I think, maximum 5 niches at a time, and I selected some sentences and texts which would work with every niche. By doing that, I saved a lot of time. I didn't need to think about new texts, new sentences on the shirt, so I could just use the same sentences which are scalable and could use them with different niches and designs. So let me explain what that means. I think it is very important to have just a few sentences that you can use over and over again with different niches, because then all you need to do then is just basic niche research. You don't need to do niche research plus think about all the time, oh, what kind of text do I use now? Does it need to be different all the time? So that saved me a lot of time, and it allowed me just to build momentum. And they're not always, necessarily the best sentences or the most creative ones, but they are proven sentences or texts, which I'm going to show you here. Just 3 ideas what you can use. And, they are proven sellers. They are sometimes under the bestseller ranks or under the Amazon bestsellers in the top 100. And of course, it's all down to the niche that you're choosing, but the sentences or texts to use with your designs, they work, they are proven, and you can use them nearly with every niche. So today I'd like to show you 3 different text niche combinations, just to give you some ideas how to start. And as I said, I think it's really important to build that momentum. And I, for example, myself, I use, let's say, combination, maybe a maximum of 5 different texts, but I use these all the time with different niches. So when I then get new designs, for example, from Creative Fabrica or from allsunsets.com, and I put them into Canva or another design tool, then I don't need to think long about, how do I create this design? I've got my templates and I just put that text in and the design, and it saves me a lot of time, and then they are selling. As I said, it's not the most creative way to do it, but the most important thing, I think, especially in the beginning, is to gain momentum. So the first, let's say, scalable sentence that is selling and that is also sold for me, I know it is working, is the never too old to sentence template, basically. So you can use that with never too old to, as you play in the dirt, never too old to do gardening. I, for example, sold a few never too old to canoe a few days ago, and I've sold, cycling ones and everything. But as you can see here, never too old to, and when I type that into the merge informer, I get a lot of combinations with trains. Apparently this is one of the best sellers. Then here, gardening, BSR of 278,000, which isn't too bad. Never too old to, again, play in the dirt, again, play in the dirt, again, play in the dirt. I'll never be too old to collect rocks. So again, by watching this video, you can probably get some ideas of niches. But you can see that gardening, especially at the moment, going into the summer now, in the middle of spring, even though it's pretty bad weather here in the UK and in Europe, but it is something that is worth exploring. Trains is a big one. So it's not really about the niches here. It's more about the combination that you can use this "you're never too old to" with pretty much every niche. And I'm doing that, and it works. Now, the next one I wanted to show you, and I think this is just important when you're just starting, because you don't know where to start really. And I realize that all the time when I get a lot of messages from my viewers to sort of where to start. So another one is, and a very generic one, but you can use it with everything, is, and you might have heard about it, is easily distracted by. Pizza, for example. It just takes a few seconds to load here. Whoops, that might be the network. Just redo that. And there is, easily distracted by pizza. That was a big one, I think, earlier this year. You can see, again, gardening is a very big one. easily distracted by plants, gardener, easily distracted by pickup trucks. So you get the idea, you know, you can use it on everything. By red pandas, you know, that's a niche certainly. By dogs, you know, you won't make a lot of sales probably because there's a lot of competition. But again, the more you go down into sub niches, like here, baby goats, you know, that is a niche, a sub niche of a niche, yeah. Easily distracted by tractors, dogs, and what's that? Dogs and books. And there's another example where you can combine animals with books, for example. So that again, you know, allows you to get into a certain sub niche. Here by cows, birds, tractors, goats, by mustangs and dogs. So yeah, certainly another one. And the last one I would like to show you is just a girl who. And for some reason, these are just these generic terms that are just selling. You can just combine them. And I've sold a few, for example, just a girl who loves bowling, just a girl who loves football. And you might not get, you know, the massive sales, but these for me are consistent sellers. And it didn't take really long to make sales on these platforms with these niche text combinations. Again, here, just a girl who loves Bigfoot, just a girl who loves beagles, just a girl who loves hedgehogs. And again, you can combine it with just animals, but also with sports, with cars, with jobs, you know, with hobbies. So for me, that was really a big, you know, a big one in the beginning that allowed me to basically kickstart my business, where I had these websites like All Sunsets and most recently also Creative Fabrica, where I download designs, and then it doesn't then take long to come up with it, you know, to make that design your own by just adding some text. So that is pretty much enough, just to add some text. You have a few of these generic sentences, combine them with different vectors or different PNGs, and then you're good to go. And you don't need, and then if you know, if you're doing 10 of these and you just swap the image out, that allows you just to upload more, especially if you use upload automation. Now, I always say there are different strategies of doing print on demand, also with regards to how much time do you spend on designing and on uploading. But, you know, for me, uploading, you shouldn't spend any time on it really. That can be easily automated. But then again, with designing, you know, do you just go the way with, for example, Placeit, Canva, Vexels, where you can easily just add some texts and use some pre-made graphics, or do you want to create the graphics yourself? So, you know, eventually you need to decide that yourself. Different schools of thoughts here. Because I'm short on time at the moment, I'm just using pre-made graphics, combine them with text, maybe change the colors, and then I'm good to go. And I make sales and the business is growing. Maybe with other approaches, I could do it faster, but again, as everybody, I'm still learning as well. And with this video, I just wanted to give you some ideas to kickstart your print-on-demand business by giving you some ideas of niches and, yeah, niche and text combinations, and certainly texts or terms that are scalable that you can use with any niche. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on my print-on-demand journey, then subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.